I am not sure if these are going to focus, but this is Mark and I. It will be, it was 2 years around Easter time. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through. There we are with our friends camping. We just went for the day. There's a little glare in there. Oh, I'm trying to get the glare out here, and so you can see better. Oh my gosh, and we are just going, we can't believe that we were, oh, I'm moving the wrong screen, how funny. Oh, this one really got me. I had no idea. I thought I looked so cute in this outfit. I had no idea that I looked like that bad. Okay. Mark and I keep saying that. It's like, oh my gosh, look at that. That's like Christmas time. This year will be 3 years that this was taken. Maybe 2 years. I don't know. But I have to look on the original. But I couldn't believe that. It was like, oh my gosh. All right, whoa, what's that? That is me just about, I don't know, 2 or so weeks ago. And this is in the summer. And so I actually trimmed down a little bit since then. So I just wanted to kind of document, which I should have done to begin with, but I didn't. And there's Mark, and we were on a walk. And of course, he's got a big shirt on, so you can't see how trim he is under there. But he's definitely not filling that shirt out. So that was, again, over the summer. And same thing. This, I think, was July 2019. So this was just July, August, September, October, November. So this is like 4 months, a little over 4 months ago. So anyway, I wanted to show those pictures. And I have not figured out how to do that yet. Okay, let me get this going. There. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you the bone broth that I started yesterday. So if you remember, I had taken those bones. I made the first bone broth, and I had used my small Instapot, my 3-quart Instant Pot. And when I went to make them again, which I usually use the same Instapot, and I just take the bones out, I get all the, I strain all the juice out of the matter if I've put, whatever kind of a vegetable or parsley, herb or whatever that I put in there. Scraps of things. I think I used onion and stuff. You can watch it and see. But I did that, and then I usually take the bones out and I put them back in the 3-quart pot, and I do them again. And I usually don't do them a third time, but I usually do them twice. So, but this time, when I went to put it back in, which you'll see if you watch that video, I had put so many things in there that it wasn't fitting anymore. So I ended up getting the next size up, which is the 6-quart, which I love the 6-quart Instant Pot because it has a cake setting on it. And if you are doing keto, then you, this is a good one to make that cheesecake in. It's a little small cheesecake, and it goes great in the 6-quart. So, by the way, because I put some vegetables in here for the broth, just for flavor, I don't know if that would be considered strict carnivore, but you're really not getting the matter, the fiber and everything in there. You're just getting the juice, and they are organic, and I don't really see anything wrong with that. So that's why let me show you. That's why I'm going to start calling myself KETOVORE. KETOVORE. I'm a KETOVORE. Look at, I got KETOVORE. So I got welcome to the Carnivore cruise, and I'm the KETOVORE came to me yesterday. I don't know if anybody's coined that yet, but anyway, I am going to do it, and today is the 16th, I believe. Let me go look. It's the 16th of November 2019, and it is 10 o'clock, and I've had my yerba mate already this morning. I had 3 cups of yerba mate tea, and that's Y-E-R, let me get it. And I know this is the bone broth, but I'm trying to catalog what we're doing every day. We have this tea. We get this. You can get this from Earthshift, or you can get this from, it's hard to find a really good one that's not smoked, and this one is really good. It's raw, it's organic. You want to be careful what teas you get, because teas can be very toxic. And then we get this. You can get both of these from Mountain Rose Herbs, and if you I get them usually. It depends on what's going on. If Earthshift has a sale where I'm going to talk a little, then I'm going to do the video on the bone broth. So you'll have to check that out, because I'm really going off track. But I want to talk about the tea, because this is a big part of our life. What you drink is a big part of your life. So you need to find something that you can drink that's going to be what you like and what's good for your body. So, and everybody says you can have tea, you can have coffee, you can have tea. You don't want a lot of coffee, but but tea is good. So again, this is the yerba mate. I have had a hard time finding, let me get the one that I did find at Natural Grocers. Here we go. This used to be my favorite, and I just buy this in the store, and I don't know if it was $11 or $10. It's not cheap. It's in like a brick thing, and so I get it. Used to get it like this. Well, Natural Grocers stopped selling this, so I stopped using it, and I started going to some of my other places that I would buy herbs from. Because I have studied to be a master herbalist through a school, and I got halfway through. So anyway, this is what's called yerba mate, and this is like a, let me get my oh, I don't think I have it. Let me see what I do with it. Here we go. Okay, I'm being a little crazy today, huh? A little bit crazy today. Oh, here we go. All right, this is going to be a crazy lesson. Okay, this is a gourd, and yerba mate, I believe, is from Brazil, some Latin country. And what they do is they put the tea in here, the dry tea in here, and then they put the boiling water in, and then they take it, and this is a bambisha, I think it's a bambisha, it's called. And these are straws that are, see how they are? And which is kind of cool. You can drink any loose tea through this if you want to. It's kind of fun. But what they do is they push all the matter way to the side and get it really good in there. And then they put the water in, and then they pass this around the room, and everybody takes a sip of tea. And then they just keep putting water in it, and hot water, boiling water, whatever, in here. And they just keep passing it around like that. So what we used to do, and Mark has a glass mug that he used to use, we would just go ahead and do this for ourselves, and that's what we would do in the morning. Then, and we each had our own straw. This is a different type of straw. I was having a hard time finding them, and I don't care for this one as much. They weren't very expensive either, maybe $10 or something. I don't think they were. You have to look online, but this is the one I prefer. So anyway, and then I would do it this way. So, but now we both drink a lot of the tea. So as I mentioned on another video, we use a French press. And you can use the traditional, here, this is my old one right here. But I ended up, I don't know why I got this, to keep it hotter longer, because I like my tea hot. So anyway, that's the French press, and Mark just does this. He puts, I don't even know the ratio. You have to play with it and get what you like, but he puts the tea in here, the leaves in here, and we also put in here the stevia leaf. And stevia leaf, I've had a hard time growing stevia. I ran into somebody the other day that is growing it, and I am going to try again. But until then, I buy it, and it's, I don't know, it's $12 a pound or something like that, but it's very lightweight, so you get a lot for a pound. So what I do is I'll go to Mountain Rose Herbs, and you can just go online and do Mountain Rose Herbs. They're very trustworthy. If you look at their history of how their farms and how they grow things, and they're just a source that you can trust, and they're certified, which is a big deal because it's hard to go certified like that. It's really great. It's tasty, it's very sweet. We don't use as much of it, and so but Mark puts, you know, a ratio in here. I'll have to ask him, he's not here right now. And then this is one that I get from Earth Shift, but you can also get this from Mountain Rose Herbs. Now with Mountain Rose Herbs, if every time you buy a certain level, like you buy 5 pounds of something or 10 pounds, I don't know what it is, then you start getting discounts. You get 10%, 15%, 20%, like that kind of stuff. So what I'll do is I just save it all up, and I usually will get, you know, 6 or 7 pounds of Yerbe Mate Tea, which might be $12 a pound. I mean, I know it's going to be an investment, but I'm not going to have to buy it again. And the more I buy, the less expensive it is. And I really like the quality. So I'm not looking for the cheapest. I'm looking for a good deal, but I'm looking for a good quality. And that's the main thing. So I'll get them both at Mountain Rose Herbs. Then I can take advantage of buying things by the pound. Another thing that I'll buy by the pound, if you are going to go to Mountain Rose Herbs, is this. And I don't have it. But I get red raspberry leaf as well. And that's something that I'll make tea with. So right now I'm going to go ahead and end this one, and on the tea, on the Yerbe Mate Tea. And what's great about it is when it's done, it's already sweetened. And we've gotten to the point where Mark's backed off a whole bunch on doing how much stevia is in there, because we're getting used to not having to have that sweet thing. And you know, it is a process, so don't kick yourself if you're, you know, doing carnivore or doing keto, or you're a ketovore like me. Then you struggle sometimes with wanting that sweet thing, you know. And I've been making those little chocolates out of the raw cacao paste and cacao butter, and maybe a little butter in there if I feel like it. And because, you know, cocoa or cacao, you know, it comes from a plant, it's typically not on the carnivore radar. But, you know, I do it because if I want something sweet, I find that it doesn't make me bloat. I don't end up thinking, you know, when I eat other things that are on the plant side, I start getting reactions. My rash that I deal with will start coming back a little bit, and I notice when I get out of bed I have some aches, you know, I'm a little stiff, which I'm not used to. So on carnivore I don't have that. I get out of bed and I'm not stiff at all, unless I've eaten some kind of a vegetable the day before. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you what kind of teas we're doing, and I do have other teas along the way. I will have, you know, ginger tea. I have ginger tea bags. We have kava at night before we go to bed, and we might have some chamomile, but we do have some teas, licorice in a tea. So we do those kinds of things, and they do come from plants, but we're not eating them. We're doing them in a tea, which is a different story. Which, you know, I might add that, you know, I've often thought, well, gee, if I'm studying to be a master herbalist and I know all of these good benefits that are in the herbs for medicinal purposes, you know, where does that fit into, you know, carnivore? And so that's one of the things that we're going to look into as we look to see what the Bible says about it. But I think that's really how these plants will double. I mean, for instance, You don't want to eat the leaves of some plants like rhubarb, for instance. It'll kill you. It'll make you deathly sick and could kill you. But the stem or the stalk of the rhubarb is cooked down and it can be eaten and it's not going to kill you. So I don't know about eating it raw. I haven't checked into that, but it's not like eating the leaf. And so with some plants and the nightshades, you know, if you eat nightshade, you're out of it. You're done. It's poison. But there are other nightshades that you can eat, like the tomatoes and the zucchini and the cucumbers and things like that, that won't kill you. But they're finding that there's anti-nutrients in those things that will cause inflammation. So one of the reasons to do carnivore is to get back away from all of those things that not only have anti-nutrients, which mean that whatever you're eating is actually taking or robbing nutrients from your body or stopping those nutrients from being absorbed. So either way, you're not going to get them if you're eating those foods. I think with the tomato and the lectins, I think they imitate something else and they block the receptors they do something. I will get into that because Dr. Gundry does talk about what they do. Now, although I'm not a follower of Dr. Gundry, that's Gundr, I don't know if it's EY or Y, but he wrote The Plant Paradox and then something else, and he was a surgeon at Loma Linda University, which is where I'm from, Redlands, Loma Linda, San Bernardino County, where I'm from. I mean, originally from Rochester, New York, but when I moved to California, where I last lived the longest, was over that away, and he does not do those surgeries anymore, but he comes with a lot of, you know, he's done I don't know how many thousands of heart transplants, so he knows all about that from in a very intimate way, I might add. And he talks about the different anti-nutrients and the lectins and the oxalates and the phytic acids that are in plants and seeds that are harmful to us and how we either need to neutralize them. For instance, if you're going to eat a tomato, you're going to take the skin off and take the seeds out. And I don't even know why I ended up with all of this information, because all I was going to do is talk about the tea. Actually, I was going to go to the bone broth. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off and start a new one and go into the bone broth. Thanks for watching.